So a lot of you guys have been asking me to make a video on like my favorite thing about Taylor Swift or like Instagram or stuff like that, you know, and as much as I really want to do that, I don't know, I've been feeling a lot lately like I should talk about this topic because I've been having a lot of hard times with it myself. So I thought maybe you know, maybe people who understand or can relate, or maybe even like people who you know, have just lost someone, maybe they can relate and learn something maybe, because you know, basically I wanted to talk about losing someone, because everyone loses someone in their life, and it's definitely the hardest thing that you'll ever have to go through, in my opinion. I lost my grandfather back in 2011, June 2011, and that was really hard, and I wasn't as close with him as I was with my grandma. So after losing him, I kind of took the lessons that I like, you know, I felt like I didn't take enough pictures with him and like have enough conversations with him about things. So I definitely took that and I, you know, did the exact opposite with my grandma. I started visiting her more, and I was already seeing her a lot, but like I started visiting her even more, and every single time I saw her I took pictures, and we just got really close, and she very like swiftly became my best friend. And you know, she always had been, we always had a really close relationship, but the older I got, the more I could understand the struggles in her life. And it was, when I was losing her, it was honestly the hardest experience I've ever went through in my life. It was like thinking about, I don't know, it was terrible. Basically, like, you think, I mean, I was with her when she was passing, and I mean, she was 90, so it wasn't like a short-lived life. It was so, she, you know, she lived a very fulfilling life. It was just, I felt like I didn't get as much time with her as my brothers did, which was even harder. Like, seeing that they had all these extra memories with her, and they have all these pictures from their childhood and stuff, and I was like, I wasn't born yet, so I didn't get to see her when she was still like able to run a marathon. I was with her when she was getting a little bit bigger and she couldn't really walk as much, and it was like, you know, hard and stuff. So that's a huge factor, is like regret, like wishing that you did things differently, and like wishing all these things. And like, regret is something that you will always go through. You'll always think about things in the back of your mind, and you'll think, I could have done this and I could have done that, but there's really nothing that you can do. You know, you can't give yourself guilt over something like that, you know? You just know that you loved that person so much and they meant everything to you, or, you know, and you will miss them. And like, especially if you're close to that person, you'll hurt, and it will hurt every day of your life. I mean, it's different for everyone, but like for me, the first week I was not okay at all. And it's okay to not be okay. I was not okay at all. I was crying randomly, you know, like everything was just wrong, and it was so hard. I couldn't accept that she was gone. There was nothing. There was nothing right in my life, it felt like. And you know, you're like on and off. You're like thinking about like, oh well, she's in a better place, and then 2 seconds later you're tearing up, crying hysterically, and you don't know what's going on with you. You're just like, I can't control it. And I was actually really upset for a couple months because I thought about her every day, and I think about her every day, but I wasn't crying, and I wasn't hurt. I wasn't like, I was so numb. I was just so numb for February and in March. I was so numb, and I wasn't crying or anything. And I really wasn't for a lot of April either. And she died December 27th. And I wasn't hurting as much. It was like, it hurt when I thought about it. Like, it mentally hurt, but it didn't physically hurt. I wasn't like crying like my heart out. I wasn't like, staying up, like feeling the pain. But all of a sudden, when I went with my friend on a spring break trip, her grandpa was in ICU, which is like the intensive care unit, which is like really bad, it's like worse than just being in the hospital. And it's that's where my grandpa was when he passed away. And I don't know, that's when it really hit me, is like, her grandma was talking to me about like, yeah, when you get older, you like just start losing everyone you know. And I just started bawling in front of her whole like family that was in IC, like that was in the hospital. And it was just like, I was trying to suppress it, but like you just can't, because that's what like happens when you're mourning. You just start crying randomly. That's why like it like hit me. And then me and my friend left, and I put on sunglasses and I was just crying in the car. And I don't know if she knew or not, but it's so hard, like you just melt, like you melt. And so it hits you anywhere. It can hit you anywhere. And that was really hard. And I felt guilty because I wasn't feeling like, I wasn't crying anymore, because I was like, she's everything to me. Why am I not crying? I can't make myself cry. And when you do cry, you feel better. Like I felt so much better after I cried. And this month, May especially, has been the month that it's been hitting me over and over. Like literally last night I couldn't sleep because I was just sitting there, and it wasn't like a bawl, it wasn't like a slight tear thing, it was like I was hysterically crying. And that's okay that I was doing that, because I feel like she's deserving of that. She deserves for me to mourn for her, and that's especially where I want to cry, because she was my everything, and it was really, really hard. It's been really hard. And when you just lose someone, it's extremely hard. So just remember that, but remember, the person doesn't want you to hate your life, they want you to move on. And it's okay to cry, don't be ashamed to cry, no matter where you are. Like, let it out, because otherwise you're just gonna you're just gonna feel pain all the time. You have, and it's okay to think about the person every day. You want to cry, you want to feel everything. Just let it go, like the song. But especially just stay strong, and if you still have grandparents, or if you still, make sure you take pictures and you spend time with them. If you have, because I lost both sets of my grandparents. I lost my set of my grandparents on my mom's side, and I'm not really close with my grandparents on my dad's side. So it's really hard because I'm living through memories of them. So just make sure you take so many pictures and you talk to them, and you get to know them, you learn their life, because one day that will be all that you have, So make sure that you spend your time, like when you're with your grandparents, don't be on your phone texting, don't be on Instagram, because you'll regret it, Take your time. Even if you like, it's an hour of your life. But that's gonna benefit you. You're gonna think about it when you're 30 years old. You're gonna think about your grandparents. And you're gonna think, you know, why was I on Instagram? I could have been spending time with them, you know? So make sure you don't take life for granted, you know? You don't know when someone's gonna go. It could be like tomorrow you find out something. And I'm not trying to be harsh and I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm just trying to tell you, like, warn everyone, like, they can be taken from you in a matter of seconds. So make sure you take the time. Sorry that this is such a random video, and I'm sorry if it really doesn't make sense. I was just trying to kind of tell you guys my story of me and my grandma and my grandpa and like family, and just make sure you just take your time, because you don't want to regret it. Thank you guys for watching this video. Sorry it's so random, but if you ever need anything, you know, I'm always here, so you can either comment below, or if you are follow me on Instagram, you can DM me or something. But thanks guys for watching this, and I love you all. Mwah.